Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Soy Chapina y me encantan los Vocaloids. Miku y Gumi son de Guate. Sorry, not sorry. Just kidding. Vocaloid belongs to all of us now. For those of you that aren't chronically online, you may not have noticed that Miss Miku here became Mr. Worldwide for like a third of this past summer. It all started with these two Brazilian Miku drawings. Doodly, aka at @thecat_Mitsu, popularized the Brazilian Miku design, but they do say that they were inspired by Aaron, aka at Aaron Artista, who seems to be the first one to draw Brazilian Miku in this fashion. Anyways, this became quite literally a worldwide phenomenon / trend, with people from different countries and cultures drawing mainly Miku in their own traditional outfits. Going through the international Miku tag on Twitter and Tumblr was such a treat, and I'll be adding a couple of my favorites at the end of this video for those of y'all that may not have Twitter or Tumblr. Y'all really need to see these. I also wanted to throw my hat in the ring and design a Guatemalan Miku since both of my parents are from there. I feel like Guatemala gets forgotten sometimes. We're such a small country. As usual, I procrastinated a little. I wanted to do my culture justice, so I did put a little bit of pressure on myself. Miku must be unapologetically Chapina. At first, I was gonna do a full body sketch, as you can see here. But around the time that I was thinking about what to draw, I went to a Guatemalan street fair and I really just took it all in. Every time a lady passed by with our traditional clothing, I would take note of what I liked from it and how I could incorporate that into Miku. I decided to pose Miku covering her eyes from the sun because Guatemala has been described as the land of eternal spring due to our year-round warm climate. Seriously, our winter only differs from summer in that it rains a lot, but even during the rain, it's still pretty warm. I decided to give Miku a deep skin color. People from Guatemala come in every color of the skin rainbow, but I'm basing her outfit on traditional Mayan clothing that is still used to this day, so giving her a beautiful, deep color just felt right. Giving her a color close to my skin color was feeling a little bit weird to me, since even though I am Chapina through and through, the Spaniards really messed up the gene pool.
They got me, gal!
I did take the liberty to give her a nose similar to mine. As a kid, I always felt a bit self-conscious of my nose because it kind of curves down and it has a bit of a bump on it that only got worse once I started wearing glasses as a kid. As I got older, I realized my nose looked so much like the noses on ancient Mayan art, and in a way, it made me feel so much more closer to them. As for Miku's clothes, I decided to dress her in the traditional woven clothing of my people. It's made up of the huipil, aka blouse, the faja, aka sash, and the corte, aka the skirt. These are all hand woven in the most vibrant colors. I remember having my own set of these when I was a kid. It was a real shame when I outgrew them. I'll try to find a picture of me in the fit, but if I don't find it, here's my artist's rendition of it. I kept Miku's blue hair in the design. Miku just isn't Miku without the blue hair. I ended up making it a slightly darker teal though. I also drew a ribbon braided into her hair, which is also a popular style for young girls, aside from wrapping up the hair on top of the head like a crown. I even added 2 little leek hairpins to her bangs. She's Chapina now, but she's still our Miku. Side note, for those of you who do not know, chapin, chapina, and the plural chapines is the slang word that we use to describe Guatemalans. Out of curiosity, I looked into the history of the word chapin, and it apparently derives from a fancy type of shoe that Spanish noblewomen would wear. They were supposedly very uncomfortable, but they were all the rage. They would make Spanish women look so much taller and made them stand out from the indigenous women who were shorter by comparison. History is weird. Now, I also procrastinated a bit with the designs of the huipil and the corte. I didn't feel confident enough to make an interesting yet fitting design. I really have to stop doubting myself because I love the end result. After staring at a lot of corte sets, I ended up with these designs. The blouse, I left it mostly simple. I was gonna add a striped design along with the flowers, but I thought maybe that would be a bit much. So I just went a simpler route and I added teal and pink flowers near the collar. Moving on to the skirt. A lot of cortes are woven with a whole rainbow of colors that all mix together. There are also some corte designs that have a striped design, and within each stripe there's some kind of pattern. I went in the striped direction for Miku. For the gray stripes, I made a sort of mirrored sound wave symbol and I drew little diamonds to fill in some of the space. This zigzag stripe here, that's a reference to her zigzag belt in her original design. Same with the dark stripe with the neon pink going down it. It's a reference to Miku's OG pigtail holders. I added some yellow designs on the edges of the sleeves. These are directly referencing the yellow designs on Miku's skirt in the Vocaloid 2 packaging. I drew these little yellow lines flipped, and I discovered that the negative space in between looks almost like the silhouette of Tikal, which is as Guatemalan as you can get. I love when things work out like that. And finally, the stripe with the multiple colors is a reference to the levels on a soundboard. For her sash, I simply drew in more leeks and her iconic 01 tattoo design. I like to think that as this version of Miku sings Luna de Shelahu, her outfit glows. The stripe with the sound levels on it goes up and down as she changes pitch, and she just illuminates the night during her concerts in Guatemala. I ended up adding some texture to each of these designs to make it look like it was actually woven or embroidered. Then I added a bit of bright lighting and, well, here's the final product. I had forgotten to add her tattoo on her arm, so I did that in post. I truly had such a fun time drawing this. I really wanted each detail to make sense and to look very cohesive. Fun fact, I drew this sometime at the end of August / beginning of September, and I usually love listening to music while drawing, so much so that the day that I hyper-focused the most on this painting was my biggest listening day on Spotify, according to Spotify Wrapped. I listened to 874 minutes of music. I love the ADHD. Also, when I uploaded this onto Tumblr, I was tagged in a video. The person who tagged me in it made a video set to that one Nations of the World song sang by Yako from the Animaniacs, where he sings about every country. The video was a slideshow of different Mikus from corresponding countries, and mine was featured as Guatemala. I was so honored. I'll leave a link below. Final thoughts? This whole trend was just so fun to me, and I really hope that we can recapture that magic. I want to feel alive again. Thank you so much for watching. Let's celebrate each other's cultures. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Bye.